this massacre of school children in Pakistan.
You think we are a nation who is only known for terrorism, but you're not aware that we own it when it comes to optimism. You can keep on thinking of the odds and stay in fright, or you can trust the facts you're about to witness by sight. We're not the troublemakers that the world think we are. We have achieved a lot that is enough to remove this scar. Let's start believing that our economy holds great potential and step forward to explore the prospects, cause that's essential. We're not just a remarkable marks present only in the past. Instead, we still hold potential to show the world we're blessed. We were an economy who was followed by others. We got shattered a bit, but stood again to aim for treasures. We made mistakes, faced the consequences, and suffered. This taught us a lot and enabled us to keep ourselves covered. We moved hills, gained titles, and made many other records. Our nation survived the turmoil and made its way through hazards. How can you doubt a nation who doesn't give up at any cost? Pakistan always come back on track when the world think it's lost. We're tough, skilled, talented, and unstoppable. You can check the stats to see how much we're capable. No matter you are a national, regional, or international investor, our country has so much to offer. You just name the sector. We're coming forward with the conference of the year. Will you amiably join hands with us and provide your share?
Yes, we are not the problem creator as the world thinks we are. Okay, so today our session is about startups, that how they can be successful. And for this purpose, I have a special host. But before that, let me introduce myself. I'm your host, Salma Noreen, an award-winning freelancer. Now I am supporting startups and SMEs. So today our guest is Neville Gaunt, and he will introduce himself here. Yes, Neville, how are you today?
I'm very well, Salma, and looking forward to having this discussion with you. Really looking forward to it.
So can you introduce yourself a little bit for our audience?
Yes, certainly. Well, as you can say, I'm quite a bit older than Salma. I'm born and raised in the UK. I've traveled the world, spent a lot of years in international business, predominantly oil and gas. And I now am the chief exec of a company called MindFit based in the UK, although we travel all over, and also the chairman of a newly launched program called Your Passport to Grow, which is aimed at young people. So
Your passport to grow for the young people, young entrepreneurs, for startup, for SMEs. Thank you so much. So today our guest Neville has a poem for you all. So can you please proceed ahead?
Thanks very much, Salma. Yeah, I thought I'd share this poem with everybody because it's entitled, How Do You Live Your Dash? It should become clear as we go through what the dash is all about. So, I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on her tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came her date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between the years. For that dash represents all the time that she spent alive on earth. And now only those who loved her knew what little line that was worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend the dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect, and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a while. So when your eulogy is being read, your life's action to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spend your dash? Now that's an anonymous, the author's unknown, but I just thought after Ramadan and Eid, the time of reflection and celebration, it's now time to renew ourselves and really get out there and spend our dash, spend our life in a really meaningful way. So that's the reason I brought this to the table.
Wow, thank you so much. Very beautiful words. And I love the way slow down. Okay, now to onwards, I will try to be slow down in my speaking style so people can listen more, actually understand more, and they can have time to think and comment here. Okay, so today our guest came with the 3 golden keys to unlock your success door. Okay, so the 3 keys we will start talking about. The first is actually money management, how to manage your money. Okay, so can you share your thoughts, Neville, about this?
Yes,
how to manage money?
Certainly, and I talk about the 3 keys to success all the time, because if you really master them, you will be very successful.
Okay, so can you just list down the 3 keys so our audience who are watching this, they should know that what we are going to discuss in this special session. Yeah, please.
Okay. Well, they all begin with the letter M, so it's really easy to remember. So we talk about money management, marketing mastery, and a mind-fit mindset. So it's just remembering that letter M. So that's not difficult to remember, is it?
So our life-changing letter is exactly M. M for money management. What was next? Marketing mastery. And the third is mindfit mindset.
Mind-fit mindset. Yep, you'll get it.
Yeah.
And if you repeat it, you'll really get it. So let's talk about money management. Okay. Are you an accountant, Salma? Are you an accountant?
No, I'm not. Actually, no. You are.
Well, I am. That's right. But you know about the value of money, don't you?
Yeah, that's so true.
Absolutely. You're a freelancer. You're an entrepreneur. You're running various projects. So knowing about money management is really important, isn't it? Certainly to you and to any startup. Agree?
Yeah, absolutely. So true.
So it's the value of money, and what that means is the value of you. Now, I expect you do a lot of things, what people would say for free.
So true.
Yep, but you valued them. So they're not free to you. You've actually valued what you're going to be doing. And that's really important, because if we don't know our own value, we won't be able to sell ourselves as an entrepreneur, a startup, an SME, or even a large organization. You won't be able to sell what you're offering because you don't know the value.
Yeah, if you don't know the value, we can't make that type of sales. Also, we all have limited hours, like maximum 24 hours, and if we start working, we have only 2 hours productive. So we can't say that someone has unlimited hours, so he or she can do everything by himself. So there is always a scope of outsourcing. So yeah, we are talking about the money management. So how we can manage money? Yeah,
exactly. So because everything is valued as an entrepreneur, everything's valued, and it's valued in rupees. How many rupees am I getting? And I've asked you this question before. If it costs you 10,000 rupees to do what you're doing, and you charge 20,000 rupees, you're making a profit.
Yeah, because one side I'm saving my time, the precious time. Okay, the other side, I'm just getting the 10,000 for spending only 10,000. Okay, the 10,000 is actually coming as profit. Yeah, this is only loss when I'm spending 10,000 and getting back 5,000 or 4,000 or maybe 3,000. Then it's the loss. So what we can do is, if I'm very good at something, but I can outsource, then I should outsource. And I should focus on the something else which can make me happy. So yeah, what else you can add when we talk about money management?
Well, we need to start with the simple bits. I'd say you're not an accountant, but you do know the value of money, and that's really important. Every startup needs to know the value of money. Now, the next thing is, of course, is you may make a profit, but is it in the bank? Have they paid you? Do you know the difference between making a profit and actually getting cash for the work you've done? Because until they pay you, all the profit in the world is not going to pay your bills.
Yeah, so true.
So you have to know the simple difference between profit and cash.
Yeah, so exactly how much you are making cash and how much is actually profit.
Exactly. And then we can go a little deeper, so what are your cost of sales? So if you've got fixed costs, that could be the office cost, it could be webinar cost. These are all sort of fixed costs. Are you covering your fixed costs with your revenue? And I'm talking about cash now, because you can't host a webinar without having to physically pay the cash up front. They won't let you do that these days.
Yeah.
So you were immediately, very, very simply, and this is what every young entrepreneur needs to know. These are not taught at school. They're not taught at university. These are really rather fundamental basics. But once you don't need to be an accountant, you don't need to be a bookkeeper, but you do need to understand cash, profit, invoicing, and that's money management. But more importantly, it's your value. How do you value yourself?
How do you value your time?
Absolutely.
How do you value your skills, your energy, your happiness, your mood? So, well,
there's a lot of people that go onto Fiverr.com and they get lots of work, but it's only $5. So they're really busy, but they're not making any money. However, you could make money if you think differently.
Yeah, you are so right. We can't say that if a person is hardworking, he is making good. There are many hard workers who are not making actually enough even. So, well, next we will move our next point. The next M, marketing mastery. So what's
marketing mastery? Well, the first thing is, guess what? You don't need a degree in marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't.
By the way, I started marketing first, and then later I just get my degree too.
Well, there you go. So let's look at your example. How did you market yourself? What did you do?
Like this webinar, I'm hosting it. I'm marketing myself. This is example.
Great answer. Great answer.
Yeah.
You're in the public arena. You are marketing yourself, obviously.
Yeah.
And you're being open. People are seeing you. They're not seeing a business card or a logo. So a lot of startups don't realize actually the phrase that every salesperson knows: people buy from people.
Yeah, actually people attracts people.
Exactly.
So if there is no face, then there is a robot, and nobody can trust on a robot.
And the simple thing is, if you market yourself professionally, people will see what you do and how you do it. Now, again, you didn't need to take your marketing degree. You decided to go and do it to get more proficient. But when you were starting up, you didn't need it. You went on to Facebook, presumably?
Yep, I strongly agreed that we should be master of marketing. whatever we do, wherever we do. But we should learn marketing ourselves, and we should focus on it. Please correct me if I'm not wrong, that many companies, they are spending 70% of their revenues on marketing just to make more cash. Is that true?
Some companies do. And again, a lot of people get marketing and advertising confused. But marketing is promoting your organization, doing what you do. And remember, when you're a startup, there are lots of organizations doing exactly the same that you're doing. So
creating personality of your brand in people's mind.
Really important. So your brand, that we're going to talk a bit more about when we get into the MindFit mindset, but your brand is your marketing. So
yeah,
you can easily be a me too. I mean, if you were to look at organizations or small companies that do what you do, you'd find thousands of them. But they don't do it like you do it. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I'm strongly agreed. Okay. Our next point is what is this MindFit mindset? When we talk about mindset, we have a little bit clue, but what is the MindFit mindset? That's your company as well. So can you explain about that?
Well, a MindFit mindset is very different than just a positive mindset, because we've all got a positive mindset. Everyone thinks they've got a positive mindset, but are they really, as we call it, are they really can-do people? And it's the question we need to start to ask ourselves. So just on a show of hands, we've got several people looking in. Who thinks they're a can-do? Who thinks they're a can-do person? Just a yes or no.
Well, can you repeat again? Sorry.
Who thinks they're a can-do person? You think? Are you a can-do person?
I think yes.
Yes, of course.
I
know
can.
you're a can-do
I
person.
can. I can.
A few conversations with you. Now, a can-do person doesn't mean you know how to do it, but you're prepared to give it a go. So it may be something.
Yeah, actually, can-do person is actually committed person. Is that?
Well, that's a letter C. So let's have a little bit of fun now. All right. So just focus on the letter C. In what words come out that can-do people. All right. We start off with a letter C. What words come out that can-do people would use with the letter C? So you
okay. Well, here we can take our audience engaged here.
Exactly.
Okay, we can ask from them that what they can positive make word. Okay, from the letter C. Okay, I can give a clue. There is a C for courage, and what's that?
Excellent word.
Courage and more. So, audience, can you please type the letters with the word C, letter C in the mindset definition. So what's your definition of mindset starting with letter C? Yeah, comments. We are watching your comments. C for caring. Yes, fantastic. You.
Caring. Huge.
Okay.
Round of applause.
Next.
You
so who is next?
Salma, you mentioned commitment. To be committed.
I mentioned C for courage, and I can mention C for commitment.
Commitment. And there are lots of C's. So come on, audience. Yeah. Think about the letter C.
C for
competitive.
C for next C for I think only Amar is active now. Where are the audience? Please keep typing positive words for mindset definition, starting with letter C. So where are you guys? C for.
So while they're thinking about it, a MindFit person, this can-do person, thinks effectively and appropriately. How we think. You know, we some people think in pictures, some people think in words, some people think in numbers, some people think in movies. You know, how we think. And the other thing is that the second thing about having a can-do attitude is how we feel. How do we feel about others? How do we feel about ourselves? So it's being competent in our feelings. So being resilient in our feelings. A lot of people might call this emotional competence. But frankly, all we need to be is competent and resilient. So if someone says something that you don't like, take a step back and listen and just think. And then how do we relate with other people? So the other one is,
we should be a little open-minded that someone says something which we dislike, still we can forgive and we can be still positive because our character is positive, not the negative one. So why to get mad?
absolutely.
Okay, let me just answer our audience. You can keep writing your questions. We will take your question once we will finish our discussions. Okay, so keep writing your question in the comments. And there is a Noor Malik, and she just she or he write C for collaboration.
Collaboration. Now that is an amazing word, actually, in the world of
and the C for one more, confident. Woo.
Okay, now let me ask you a question then, Salma. How do you get confident? How do you become confident?
How do we get confident? Practice.
Practice. Do it.
Yeah. We will keep doing it, and we will be confident. Like when I started this hosting sessions, okay, I think this is my third or fourth one. The first one, I was just, I can't face camera, like this one, okay. But when I just overcome it, and today I'm confidently looking into the camera, and I'm confidently putting this camera on me, and I'm just not putting myself down. So this is actually confidence, which came from practice. So keep doing.
Always. Keep doing. Yeah. And the point is, do we know what we're practicing is the right practice? So there is this phrase, because we're still talking about a mind-fit mindset here, okay? We've quickly dismissed marketing and we've quickly dismissed money management, but we're focusing on mindset and a mind-fit mindset because that is actually the first key to your success. So if we practice things and we're practicing the wrong thing all the time, we get good at it. So we can practice getting angry. We can get really good at being angry. You know, you can say something and I can be really angry, and then I can do more.
Yeah, if you want to become a liar, so you can be very confident liar.
Exactly. So the thing is, it's about what we practice. So there is a phrase called practice makes perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
But actually, what we should say is the right practice makes perfect, because any practice makes permanent. So the more we practice things, so if you're learning to ride a bike and you keep falling off, then you're obviously doing something wrong.
Yeah, so true.
But if you keep practicing doing the wrong thing, you never get to the right thing. So practice brings confidence. And we've got some really good words here. Concentrate. We won't run out of the letter C, I can assure you. Okay, just by focusing on C for can do. What letter C? Concentrate. Confront. Of course, we need to confront ourselves. You know, we need to challenge.
And then there is a conversation. The other one is the conversation. Yeah.
Conversation. That's absolutely important. Who teaches us how to communicate?
Well, there's one more. C for clarity. Clarity. The one we said is to keep slow down so our audience can listen and understand. Slowing down is coming in clarity. C for clarity. Yep.
Absolutely. And the point about that is once you're clear in yourself, you'll be clear in your marketing message. So you can see how important it is to have this mind-fit mindset right at the very beginning, to be resilient, to be confident in what you're doing. At 2 o'clock in the morning to say, I'm nearly there. I'm going to make that breakthrough. I just need a little bit more time and I'm going to get there. Or at 2 o'clock in the morning to say, I'm not going to make the breakthrough tonight. I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to get up first thing in the morning and I'm going to make it happen. Both are really good. Both are the right answer for you. You know, you choose the answer. Because sometimes, and I'm sure you've been there, you keep going over and over the same thing and never get the breakthrough. But if you go for a walk or have a cup of tea or just take a break, all of a sudden the clarity comes into your mind and bingo, eureka, you get the breakthrough. Does that make sense? I'm sure you've been there a few times.
Well, I would love to add something here.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
If my goals are clear enough, okay, so what I will do, I will leave the work when it's done, not when I will get bored. Okay, if I'm just get tired, I will take a cup of tea or coffee and then we'll get back to the work, because it's not yet done, because I'm clear enough about my goals to achieve. So once it's complete, then actually I will go for the rest. Is that what we need to point out?
Well, the point is, you've made that work for you. You have the confidence to keep doing it because it works for you every time.
And I will not be realizing that actually I am practicing wrong instead of the right practice.
Well,
is that
the key for that is, does it work? What you're doing, does it work? So if you become bored, do you stop? So when you're bored, you stop. But when you're still in the zone, as they call it, you're still fighting for that answer, you keep going. Is that true?
Yeah, that's so true, actually. Well, there was our next question. What was our next question? I think our 3 points are clear enough. One was money management. The second was marketing mastery. And the third was mind fit mindset. Okay, in the mindset, we brought the letters with the C. C for courage, C for confidence, C for consistency. We just skipped, but that is also included in our definition. So now all other C's too. Okay, let's come back to that point, that how these 3 keys are actually helpful for our startups or SMEs. Especially, I would love to talk about COVID-19. That how our startups or SMEs can focus on these 3 golden keys and can become very successful. Yeah, please.
COVID-19 has, for many organizations, completely changed the lie of the land. It's completely changed the marketplace. And I noticed that Amar has asked the question, why digital presence is more important than physical presence in business or personal branding. Well, COVID-19 is a classic example. If you didn't have a digital presence during COVID-19, which is approximately 12 weeks now, but it will continue, then you would have been out of business. You know, so you, Salma, if you didn't have a digital presence, you wouldn't have been able to run your business.
Yeah, that's so true, actually. Again, I will bring the point our marketing mastery, that if you don't know that the trends changed and you must digitalize your business, and you are a loser, especially in the COVID-19, you will not be able to survive, actually. So,
and a lot of people, when they were told to go and work from home or not allowed to go into combined offices, really struggled with that transition. And I know some very powerful people in Pakistan that said for the first week to 10 days, they didn't really know what to do. And yet all of their office, they're quite large organizations, all of the people in their office were now working from home. and they were looking to the leadership to actually help them actually get out of the problem. They really wanted to contribute. So COVID-19 has done one thing for us. It's recognized, just as we are on a digital platform here, if we didn't have this digital platform, there would be no Jumpstart Pakistan. There would be no Invest in Pakistan. You know, life would still go on, but business wouldn't be curtailed. So you said...
Well, I must say, whatever happens for a good reason. So this COVID-19 is actually a good exercise for all of us to digitalize our businesses, digitalize our personal brands. So I agree with you. Yeah, please continue.
No, well, but the key thing is, this is what everyone has had to deal with. So this is why it's very different. You know, it wasn't just a sector, a business sector. It wasn't just schools, and now suddenly everyone's working from home. Everybody had to work from home. And we have already seen that some of the people that really grasped that and really commanded their space in the digital presence have really grown their business. Maybe not grown it in revenue terms, but actually they've grown it in marketing terms, because people are now seeing who they are and why they're still there. So COVID-19 has done something that the world couldn't do, governments couldn't do. It's basically said, it's opportunity now to rethink. What do you do? Where do you do it? How do you do it? And more importantly, one thing that we didn't cover in a MindFit Mindset, but we will now, why? Why do you do it? Because if you have a purpose, you, as you already said to me, you will stop at nothing to get the job done. If you get bored, you'll stop because clearly something's going wrong.
Yeah.
But you've got a clear purpose, clarity, another word that came up earlier. Commitment. Yeah. You're committed to your purpose. So why do you do it? Why am I here? How am I living my dash? Is a question that we can all ask ourselves. And if we don't,
that's actually so important that you should have your goal first. If you don't have goal, like if I want to go to Lahore, I hope you know about Lahore and you know about Islamabad. Okay? If I am in Islamabad and I want to go to Lahore and I didn't decide that actually where I want to go. Okay, so I will be confused enough. I don't know which bus need to be picked or where I need to. I mean, which route I need to take to go to my to achieve my goal or to go to my destination. Okay, because actually I'm black-minded. But once I decided that I need to go to Lahore and at this time, so I will start planning that way. That okay, what options I have? Okay, I have plane, I have a bus, I have my own car, or what options I have to travel to Lahore, and then I can keep my matrices on that if I'm really going to Lahore and if I will reach on my destination on my desired time, or will I be late or something like this. Okay, so the goal is the first point. If you don't have goal, actually you are wasting your time. It's not about job, it's not about the studies, it's not about anything. Actually, it's about your life. That if you don't have goal for today, you are actually wasting your today. Is that true? Will you be agree with me?
In many respects, I do. The thing about goals is that there are many goals. There are many, so you go to Lahore for a reason. So that is part of the journey. You've gone to Lahore, why? So there are many goals, but actually there's only one purpose.
Yeah, but I just answered the why before starting travel. Why I'm going to travel or where I'm going actually. So I should know at least that where I'm going. So I take the right route instead of the wrong route. So why I talk about goals more? Because all the other things I think that we can decide later once we have a proper goal. Because once you have a goal, you will pick a right mentor. You will have good strategy for your money management. You will go for marketing mastery once you have a proper goal, a clear goal. Would you agree with me?
Well, you've just explained why the three keys always work, because they work together. But it starts with your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? What step do I need to take? So that's a goal, you know. So if you
Okay.
want to get new business, you need to take a step in that direction. And it's a short-term goal, but actually it's not the end goal, because there's probably a knock-on effect. There's a consequence of you traveling from where you are to Lahore. You know, when you get off the bus or you get off the plane at Lahore, there's now another goal.
Yeah.
Know? And that goal may be the meeting. And in the meeting, there are more goals.
Yeah.
You know?
So goal with goal with goal with goal. So many goals, and that we should have a bigger picture with in front of us.
But that's the whole point, and you've made the point very well, because there's a bigger picture, which is the purpose, and the small picture is lots of individual journeys to fulfill the purpose. So let me ask you. Okay.
So we can. Yeah. Sure.
What's your purpose? Why do you do what you do?
Very difficult question, and you are asking in public.
It's not an easy question. If you've never been asked it before, it's not an easy. But I know you've got a purpose, because it drives you.
Yeah.
And it's very clear. But it's not easy to explain to other people, perhaps, what that purpose is.
Actually,
However,
without purpose, it's hard to wake up early morning.
Exactly.
With purpose, you can actually get up and go to work. Only with purpose.
Exactly. And when you know your purpose, the clarity of your business is easy. And then you can also see other people. So if they're not quite clear with what they do, you think, well, actually, that person's not thinking very well, are they? Is that a person I want to collaborate with? Or can I help them? You know?
Yeah.
If they've got something that's really technically good, it could be the best thing out there, but they're not very good at selling it. But you are.
So still you will lose the money. If you have talents, but you don't know how to sell, still you are at loss.
Because you don't know who you are and what you are. The key question is find out why you're doing it. So let's think of a university student that leaves school with A levels and goes to university. Okay.
Yeah.
What's their goal?
Okay. Mostly they don't have goal. So all they want to do is, okay, parents want us to finish our 16 years graduation, so let's do it. So they come with the parents' choice, and then they start doing other stuff. And I don't think so they have a proper goal in their minds. So this is the reason when they graduate, actually still they don't know what to do next, because actually they didn't plan well. And I think that people should plan when they are in 8th grade. When they are in 8th grade, they should plan why they are studying actually, what degree they are going to have, and what will be benefit of that degree actually, and if that is that is matching with their mindset or not. If not, then why they are going to do it? Like if I graduate in maths, what's my purpose to graduate in maths if I'm not going to use maths in my life? So that's wrong. If I love marketing, I should go for marketing. So I think here we have a big issue in Pakistan maybe, and other countries as well, that more of our students, they don't go for career counseling, and they don't know their goal of graduating or going to university maybe.
Well, you're probably right. And Pakistan, as I often say, Pakistan does not have the monopoly here. This is a global problem. However, imagine now, okay, I'm now going to ask you another question, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm host. I need to ask the question.
No.
Yeah, you are
I'm
not
allowed
the
to
host.
I'm allowed
We
to
can we can plan another session. You can be host. I will be your guest, and I will be answering you. But for today,
but
I'm your
you,
host, and you're my guest.
I understand that, Salma, but you have got lots of experience, okay? And through this discussion, you're sharing that experience. So imagine now that you're 16 years old. Okay? Imagine you're
16 years.
16, okay?
You know, this imagination is making me happy. Wow, 16 years old.
Well, imagine you are 16 years old. What would you say to yourself now? What advice would you give to yourself, to that 16-year-old, young, influential, young woman just about to sit her O levels? What would you say to her?
Okay, with the same experience I have right now,
With
if
your
I get the
experience now, what would you say to Salma of 16 years old? What would you say?
okay, I will say that choose only one niche and stay focused. Don't just get confused in multiple things. Uh, I think this should be the best advice if I get back that 16 years age. So I will focus on one goal, one purpose, and will stay focused and committed, and will start learning accordingly. The same type of courses or certificates or the trainings or workshops and everything like that. Instead of wasting time here and there and making happy others while actually not making satisfying or not actually satisfying my own soul. So I think this was the wrong decisions I made in my past. So if I get the chance, I will change it.
Well, you didn't make wrong decisions because you made decisions that were right at the time. Now you've
Okay.
got an older head on your shoulders. I've got a very old head on my shoulders, and I would give myself very similar instruction. Be focused, follow your dream, go after it. There's lots of opportunity out there. You know, you
Yeah.
mentioned the problems that COVID has created. Well, COVID has created lots of opportunities. If your mind is thinking all of the negative arena, you know, there aren't going to be many jobs around. Artificial intelligence are going to take lots of jobs away. You know, I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't do that. I'm not qualified.
I think the can't do that word shouldn't be in dictionary. That shouldn't be there. Everyone can do.
Everyone can do. But the point is we need people to give us the confidence to go and do it. You know, when we're at school, we're there actually not just to pass exams, but we like to please our teachers. We like to please our parents.
True. Our parents, our society, our relatives. Yeah, you're so right. I think we can take some questions from the chat. Let's see what our audience is saying. I will go from top. So wow, our audience is so happy. They're just praising us. Financial management is the key factor of the business. Okay, this is a suggestion from Shapirati. Okay, there's another question actually. How can we ensure that we are not part of the 4 companies that aren't filling? What is the question?
The previous question must have been coming from an accountant. Financial management is the most important part of a business. Yes, it is. But if you can't market your product or your service, there's no income.
Okay, well, there is another question from Shabir. Financial literacy is very important part for everyone. Okay, this is not a question. This is just a comment.
It's a statement, but Shabir, you're absolutely right. It is very important, but we don't need to be an accountant to understand it. We need to be literate in the business world.
Yes, he's agreeing with us. No, actually, now not Pakistan. No country has monopoly. No, everyone understand the importance of digital marketing because COVID-19 has taught us well. Okay, now this is another comment from him. When I'm start their business, a lot of people invest more on his physical presence but not focusing marketing and digital presence. Ooh, will you comment about this statement?
Well, again, we need to go back. We've just had 12 weeks and we're going to have longer. If you don't focus on digital marketing, you will lose out. Your business will go bust because people with a digital presence will definitely make an inroad. But having a digital presence in many respects is different from a physical presence. When you have a physical presence, your audience, so if you own a shop and you have a physical presence and you're selling jewelry from that shop, then you're requiring footfall through the shop. So you could be in a shopping mall and it's that physical presence that will sell your jewelry. However, in the Western world, all of the physical shops have digital presence. Although the digital arena hasn't really been that extensive in the last few years, it's the only place you could buy now.
Well, I think I can add another point here.
Yep.
If I would focus on my physical presence only, physical presence means a small town, and then there is a lab, and staying in that lab only, then will I be able to meet the Neville? No, never.
Say again? Will you be able to?
Will I be able to meet you if I wouldn't have any digital presence? Just because we have digital presence, that's why we are together here and we're talking, actually.
I'm
digital presence is actually very important. If you don't have digital presence, you have very, very limited audience, very, very limited potential customers, actually. If you have digital presence, you have a broader audience. So I think this is understood in after COVID-19. Okay. Then there are comments about C for caring, C for commitment. Okay, this is from my side. And then there is, okay, your question is already mentioned. C for command. C for command. So would you love to add something about command?
In lots of ways. Okay, I need to be in command of myself. I need to be my
should be
perhaps needs to be commanding. I need to own the space. There's lots of ways you can interpret it.
We should be CEO of our own decisions.
Exactly. Now, the interesting thing, Salma, is one letter C has not been mentioned at all, and it's the most important letter C in some respects. What do you think that is?
Most important letter in the starting with the letter C. Okay, that's in my case consistency. Stay consistent.
That hasn't been mentioned, but consistency is really important. What about customer?
Yeah, customer is the top important. If there is no customer, there is actually no use of being here.
Absolutely. Without a customer, you haven't got.
There is no business. Yeah. Yes, so true.
You can have the best marketing in the world. You can be, a financial genius.
We can have everything, but without customer, everything is just nothing.
Yeah. So it's interesting. You see, we just asked for the letter C, and people have closed themselves down to thinking about certain letters, because we sent them on a trip, and it was all a very personal trip. But without customers, your business is nothing. So where should our focus be? On customers.
On the customer success, actually. Absolutely. How we can make our customers happy. So if they are happy, if they are engaged, if they are coming back to us, actually we are successful. We will get the purpose to keep doing our things.
Absolutely. And that word purpose comes in all the time because that's what drives you. You do what you do because you've got a clear purpose. Clarity, clear, and we've just used the letter C. We've not exhausted the alphabet here. We've just used the letter C. We've used the letter M with money management, marketing mastery,
marketing mastery, mindset, mindset.
Exactly. And we've used the letter C, which is all about how we do it. And communication, what we're doing here, is another word that conversation came up, but communication didn't. I was really pleased to see collaboration.
Even I think we can add community as well. Community.
Lovely, lovely word. Yes, because without the community, because that could be your local community. Lots of startups focus on the big win. You know, I'm gonna make a big difference. I'm gonna take over the SEO world, or I'm gonna take over website development, and they forget actually that their market is their local community. What does their local community need? Not what they want. What do they need? And if you can find out what the problem is, you can fill it with a solution.
That's so true. Also, if we have a community and if we are giving respect to our community, we will get actually the answer of why.
Exactly.
Why we are actually selling this product, or why we are doing amendments and everything.
It's a quicker route to find your why. So if you are looking out there and you think actually there's a local problem, you know, there's lots of rubbish, there's lots of trash everywhere. If that really annoys you, guess what? It annoys lots of people. If you now say, look at how I can solve that problem, potentially, I'm just saying potentially, because you could have a business. And that is, you know, someone, Mirza has put, what is our massively transformative purpose? I don't know what it is. I know what my purpose is. And I'm fulfilling my purpose by being on here, helping people succeed. We're reaching a big audience to help them succeed, giving them little nuggets, little pieces of advice. Some of them are hitting home and they say, I'm going to take that, I'm going to run with it. Others, they say, I already do that. And that's great. You know, if you're already doing these things, brilliant. Just take something you're not doing, because that's what change is all about. Don't keep doing everything that you're doing currently, because guess what? You'll get the same answer.
If you will keep reading the same book, each time you will see a same end.
Exactly. By the way, if anyone is thinking about, you know, what book to read on this overall subject, and it's about marketing, but it's about self, Who Moved My Cheese? If you Google it, you'll find a video. It's about 15 minutes long. If you find me on LinkedIn, you'll see me refer to it from time to time. Who Moved My Cheese? Brilliant book, written many years ago, but very, very relevant to our own behavior. How do we change? Why do we change? What's that nugget, as I said today? What's that nugget is going to make you change? What's that? That's brilliant. You know, that's a great thing. I'm going to go do it, you know? And when we do that, actually change will happen. And that's life, you know. This is what happens all the time. And now is a great opportunity. Young people in Pakistan are some of the brightest people in the world, because having traveled the world, I've seen it, you know. When I had a proper job in the oil industry, we would take people from Pakistan and put them in other countries. Because they did such a good job where they were, we would actually get them a visa and put them in another country so that they could improve, they take their family and they improve. And then they go back to Pakistan and get the next job up. So I've seen that happen. And as I say, we would poach people from that Pakistan office and we would move them around the world. No apology, because it was part of the business growth. And that's what you can do with large organizations.
Okay, well, there is one more C for conscious.
Conscious. What do you think that means, conscious?
I don't know how to explain it. Intention?
Could be.
uh, mm, I don't know how to explain it in English.
Well, it could be just being there, being
Yeah,
alive,
being there. Yeah,
being
being
aware of
alive,
what's going on,
being present, being present.
being present. Exactly.
Mhm.
But conscious is a good C word because being alive, being aware, and being present are different letters. So conscious is a really good one. And someone's
Okay.
put here to respect your employees. Well, yeah, absolutely. If you can't respect your employees, how are they going to respect you?
Actually, if you will not be respecting your employees, they can start using your internet to search other jobs.
And that's
So
what
respect them. Respect them.
exactly. So respect them, make sure they're valued, make sure they're contributing. We all want to be loved, actually. We all want people to ask how we are and mean it.
Make them feel part of your business so
Make
they can be more loyal.
exactly. And when you do a lot of outsourcing, so you collaborate a lot with other organizations. So
Okay, Neville, I want to ask the last lines because our comments are done. We are done, actually. So, what you would love to suggest our startups, our SMEs, and our youth who are studying currently in any course, any degree, okay? So, what you would love to suggest them that where they should invest their energy, their time, their pocket money or money, whatever they have, okay? So, how they can bring a positive change in Pakistan, in their country, or how they can play their positive role within next 10 years by investing in themselves. Because we say, invest in yourself to invest in Pakistan. So please, what are your last lines?
well, I can always say, come into your passport to grow and you can make a personal investment there. But the key thing here is this investment in yourself. Decide what you want to do and go and do it. I don't know who you are, where you are, or why you are. So just go and find out more about yourself. Take a walk around your local arena. See what you can do. I'm going to use this word all the time. Can do attitude. With that can do
Uh,
attitude, you will find a solution to something.
okay, by the way, can you show us the banner behind you? We can see MindFit map, and there is can do and can't do, and what else? What's the third?
Can do, can't do, and won't do. Shall I move out of the way?
Oh, thank you so much.
Now,
That's cool.
I'm going to explain that map, okay, since you've asked, because
Yeah.
that is a behavior map. It's the only one in the world. And no matter how complicated we are, whatever we do, there are 3 ways to go. That's 3 attitudes. And it's a can't do attitude down here, a won't do attitude over here, or a can do attitude. Now, we all believe we have a can do attitude. But the reality is, most people haven't got a can do attitude. But let me explain when you know you've got it. And I'm gonna use you're my only guinea pig here, right? So you're my audience. When you're really focused on what you're doing, determined that it's going to happen, you're in what they call the zone. Nothing's going to stop you. When you look at the clock, does time go really fast or really slowly? Does time go fast or slow? When you're really in the zone, does it go fast?
Well, I think the voice is cutting. Maybe
Oh, I'm
internet
sorry.
issues.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but there is some cuts. Yeah. So can you repeat again?
I'll repeat again. Okay. When you're really in the zone, okay, you know you're going to finish what you're doing. Okay. Nothing's distracting you. Nothing's getting in your way. There is an issue, okay? that time goes very quickly. Okay, so let me look at the opposite. When you're really bored, okay, does the clock tick fast or slow? When you're really bored?
Well, our 1 hour is actually done. So our live stream is about to end. So we just actually close it. So any last lines, if we can add, then we need to end it because we are 1 hour up.
Well, let me ask you.
We had 1 hour.
Did that go quickly?
Yeah.
Was that 1 hour quick?
Yeah, so quick. Because I think it was actually 5 minutes, but our clock is just saying that it's 1 hour.
Well, there you go. So you weren't bored. Hopefully the audience wasn't bored. We tried to make it engaging and entertaining. They've learned a lot about one letter, the letter C, and the golden keys to success. Any startup or any employee. What are the golden keys? Money management,
marketing mastery,
mindset.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our guest. You were so kind to us. You shared your lots of knowledge with us in very short time, 1 hour only. Please, guys, stay tuned for more similar sessions, and don't forget to join us on our conference because this guest will be coming 2 times for you. One time he will be coming with our keynote. That is another. What was that? Can we walk?
Can you walk?
Yeah, can we walk? Okay, that topic he will be explaining later, and we will share some notes prior to our keynote. Okay. Moreover, he will be coming with a panel discussion. So don't forget to join us on our main conference starting from 12th June. See you then. Bye.
Pakistan is a country with great potential. Now, Pakistan, in my opinion, is ready. Right now is the best time for investors to come to our country.
Now, Pakistan's stock market is booming. Stock prices are at their highest level ever, and investments are pouring in.
Spending more than $50 billion on energy and infrastructure in Pakistan.